Hey everybody, it's Weldon Jill and our guest Philip, coming to you from Museum Hill Cafe. We're going to talk about our wines for our wine dinner coming up September 25th. We're doing a Portuguese wine pairing with food with a Portuguese menu. And Philip, who I think you've met before, he's been with us a while back, several years back, I think, on a Wine Wednesday. But Philip, with Fiasco Wines, is bringing in the Portuguese wines. Jill is here to give her approval because it's a foreign country, a foreign wine person coming in. Philip's foreign.
So, thank you.
French, actually, but nevertheless. So our first wine that we're tasting today is a Xisto.
Schist. That's it.
Schist.
Think of schist soil. Xisto ilimitado.
I understand schist soil is in the Douro Valley. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Right. It's about all. It's my knowledge.
It's the valley. It's the Douro Valley. The Douro River cuts across Portugal, and it originates in Spain, where there it's called the Duero. Some of us may have heard of Ribera del Duero as a region in Spain. Same river, and it's also famous for port. It also produces a lot of port. Some of the grapes for the red wine here are going to producing port, which is a dessert wine. But today we have still wines, dry wines that we're tasting. Both labeled Xisto Ilimitado from the Douro Valley.
And the first one is their word for white is Branco.
Branco is the word for white. Yes.
Branco.
And Tinto for red. But Branco made from indigenous or native grapes that as soon as we learn the names, we forget them. But if you come to the dinner week, they will be fully revealed.
There'll be a test.
This is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love this one.
The white is really good.
White is fabulous.
There will be 5 wines at this dinner, but we only have 2 of them here today. But this white shows really good acidity and body. But acidity is important because when you're pairing with dishes, Weldon has a great menu put together. When you're pairing with dishes, you need that good acidity. Oaky, heavy Chardonnays don't necessarily pair well with food. This wine will.
Yes, it will. And this is we're pairing this with it's a sea bass, corn, and clams, and it's in kind of a little bit of a broth. That is the second course, I think. I have to look at my notes. The menu's coming out. We'll blast it out in the next couple of days. I'm still writing it. I'm trying to get the translations, the words translated right, so that I'm saying the right word in the menu.
That helps.
It does help.
When we were picking out the pairings, we noticed that there was corn in the dish and clams in the dish, and the sea bass, which I guess was originally cod.
Yes.
Because that is the Portuguese fish, but sea bass will be a little bit more interesting.
They also eat sea bass, and they ate branzano as well.
How about that?
So isn't that something?
This wine will stand up to the to the clams and to the corn, but cut through the acidity of the seafood as well.
I'm excited.
The acidity will cut through the fat as well.
I have several people have come up to me and asked, when are you doing this Portuguese dinner? Because everybody's been to Portugal, it seems, and they're just dying.
It's a new
for it.
hot spot.
Yeah.
It's Portugal right
Should we
now.
taste the red, or do you want to
Let's.
stop for a moment?
Let's taste the red.
Okay.
Taste the red.
Dry.
Yes, that's the first thing
Very
I was
dry.
going to say.
This is going to pair with, it is beef that's been braised in red wine, which we'll probably use the same wine to braise it in, as well as tomatoes. So it's kind of like a pot roast, a Portuguese pot roast. You know, there are other herbs and flavors in it as well, but those are the basics. So how do you think this is going to work?
I think this is going to be great. We put a lot of thought into this, and again, this wine has some of the tannin that you'll find in Cabernet, but not quite as big, full-bodied, more
Right.
fruity. It also has more acidity than the typical, say, Napa Cabernet. And I think it'll pair perfectly with that
Oh,
dish.
I'm so excited. So excited.
A little more earth too.
A little bit more earth.
Than the
Yeah.
California
These are.
big berry fruit one. This is good, which I love.
I'm a confessed Francophile, but like Jill, I like European wines, and I think these show classic European profiles, and will, for that reason, go well with food.
Yeah, I'm excited. There are 2 other courses that we don't have the wines quite yet. They're on the way from Portugal. In between, after the sea bass, before the braised beef, there's a Portuguese salad, which part of it, the tomatoes and a couple other things in it are actually cooked. And then it's made into a salad, which we're doing a lovely, very dry rosé as well with that
Wow.
with that course. Am I missing something?
So we have the Nortico Albarino.
Oh.
We have an Albarino, not to be confused with Spanish Albarino,
Yes.
but an Albarino as a starter, if I'm not mistaken. That's with the caldo verde.
Yes, the caldo verde,
Right.
Portuguese green soup, and it has just a little bit of Portuguese sausage in it. That's the starter. So yeah, I mean it sounds, and it's all blended. It just sounds really delicious.
I'm excited because this is I sell wine, I drink wine, I study wine, but this dinner is going to be an education for me. It's going to be an opportunity to learn. I want to go to Portugal. I can't go right away, so this is the next best thing.
Terrific,
I
wonderful.
can't wait.
Well, look for the menu. I'm going to get my translations down, and we're going to blast it out soon enough. And it's going to be a reasonable dinner during that week of unreasonable dinners, and an adventure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Watch for the menu.